Have you ever really thought about chess? I mean, not just as a game, but as something more? What if it's actually a blueprint for how our minds work? A silent battlefield where we're training for life itself? Well, today, we're diving deep into the world of chess, all the way from its ancient spiritual roots to the absolutely incredible neuroscience behind its greatest masters.
This ancient Vedantic quote, it just sets the stage perfectly, doesn't it? It's telling us that every move we make, every single thought we have, it's all part of a much grander strategy. It frames the game not as just some pastime, but as essential training for navigating life. Let's dig into how.
To really understand this game, we have to go back, way back, to its very origins, to a time when it was less of a sport and more of a training ground for both war and wisdom.
You know, the journey of chess is this incredible story of cultural exchange. It all kicked off in 6th century India with a game called Chaturanga. From there, it traveled through Persia, spread across the Arab world, and eventually landed in Europe, where it morphed into the game we all know and love today.
So that original name, Chaturanga, literally means 4 divisions. Think about that. It was a direct simulation of the ancient Indian army, with pieces representing your infantry, your cavalry, elephants, and chariots. It was basically a general's practice tool, a way to sharpen strategic thinking. But the meaning went even deeper than that.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at this spiritual symbolism. In the Vedantic tradition, the king isn't just a piece, it's your soul. The queen, that's your mind. And the pawns, those are your daily actions, your karma. So every single move you make has a consequence. The game suddenly becomes this profound lesson in protecting what's most important to you while navigating all the challenges life throws your way.
Okay, let's fast forward a few thousand years, from ancient philosophy right into modern neuroscience. What's actually happening inside our brains when we sit down at the board? The answer, it turns out, is pretty amazing.
So here's the crucial thing. Experts don't just think faster, they actually think differently. A novice, like many of us, sees individual pieces and has to calculate every single move one by one. But an expert's brain, it uses this process called chunking. It recognizes entire patterns and strategic formations in a single glance. It's so much more efficient, and it frees up their mind to focus on the deep, high-level strategy instead of just the basic mechanics.
And this just brilliantly shows what a complete workout chess is for your mind. It's not just one little area lighting up. Nope. You're using your prefrontal cortex for all that planning, your parietal regions for visualizing the board, and you're firing up both your logical left brain and your creative right brain. It's a full system cognitive exercise.
So if chess is doing all of this to our brains, what are the actual real-world benefits, right? How does this mental training make our lives better? Let's break it down by age.
For children, the benefits are super clear, and you can actually measure them. Study after study shows that kids who learn chess do better in school, especially in math. It teaches them discipline, foresight, and how to think through consequences. These are the absolute foundational skills for reasoning. Then, for young adults, chess becomes this amazing training ground for the analytical mind. It teaches them how to manage resources and think strategically under pressure, which is a critical skill whether you're facing a tough exam, trying to get through university, or making those first huge career decisions.
And in the professional world, the parallels are just so direct. A business team is like your set of chess pieces, right? Each one has unique strengths. Chess teaches you how to coordinate them, how to assess risk, and how to plan for the long term. It's a powerful simulation for becoming a better strategist and leader at work.
And for the elderly, chess is an incredibly powerful tool for something called neuroprotection. We know that cognitively demanding activities like chess help keep the brain flexible and can build up a cognitive reserve that can seriously reduce the risk of dementia and just keep the mind sharp for years to come.
So we've seen how chess builds the brain. But what happens when one of the main senses we use for playing the game, our sight, is taken away? Well, this is where we see the true, unbelievable power of the human mind. This one question just opens up a whole incredible world. For visually impaired players, chess isn't just possible, they compete at the absolute highest levels. So, how do they do it? The answer lies in the brain's remarkable, almost magical ability to adapt.
The key is this concept called cross-modal neuroplasticity. I know, it's a mouthful, but what it means is that the brain literally rewires itself. The visual cortex, the part of the brain that normally handles sight, gets repurposed. It starts processing information from touch and from sound, creating a complete mental model of the world, or in this case, the chessboard. It's incredible.
So how does this actually work? Well, it's basically a three-step mastery. First, players use these special tactile boards to physically feel out and map the game. From there, they build a purely conceptual 3D model of the entire game inside their mind. And to do this, they need an unbelievably strong working memory to track every single piece's position without ever seeing it. It is just an extraordinary feat of cognition.
And the impact of this goes so far beyond the game itself. Chess provides a true meritocracy, an equal playing field where intellect is the only thing that matters. This builds immense self-worth, it reduces social isolation, and it proves, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the power of our minds transcends any physical limitation. Wow, so we've journeyed from ancient India, through the neural pathways of the brain, all the way to the power of the mind to see without eyes. So what's the final lesson? It's that the skills you learn on the board are the very same skills you need for life.
This slide just connects all the dots, doesn't it? Preparing your opening moves in chess, that's just like laying the groundwork for your career through education. Endgame precision, that's retirement and legacy planning. And analyzing your blunders on the board, that is the very definition of learning from your mistakes so you can grow stronger in life. Every single phase of the game has a direct parallel to our own lives.
Ultimately, chess teaches us that we are the players in our own lives. We have choices, we have strategies, and every single move counts. So as you go about your day, it's worth asking yourself this one question. The board is set. Your life is the board. What's your next move?